Hello and welcome to John F. Kennedy High School. I'm Nate Zielinski, and tonight's game is brought to you by DET Sports. And we should have a good one on hand. The Kennedy Eagles will take on the Waterbury Career Academy Spartans, a matchup between two teams who really need a win in the Naugatuck Valley Conference. The visiting WCA Spartans come in at 6-5 and 3-4 conference record. That's good for fourth right now in the Naugatuck Valley. And Kennedy is 6-7 on the season, but 0-5 in their conference. That's good for sixth. And yes, there are 6 teams in the Naugatuck Valley Conference, so they've got some work to do heading down the stretch of the season. Kennedy does come in as winners of 2 straight games, but a conference win would really boost team morale. WCA won their last game and want to start a win streak heading into the second half of the season. Both teams have their sights set on the state tournament this year, but need to take care of business tonight first. For the Waterbury Career Academy Spartans, their head coach is Ronan O'Leary. And for the Kennedy Eagles, the head coach is Ryan Sullivan. We're about to get our starting lineups underway here. We've got a great crowd on hand on a Friday night for high school sports. Doesn't get much better than this. And here we go. We're going to start with the visiting WCA Spartans. Senior John Edwards, number 1. One of the best players on the floor tonight for sure. Also starting is number 2, Zion Lott. Senior Lawrence Lazaro, number 3, also in the starting lineup. Number 20, Daryl Combs. And rounding out the starting lineup, number 11, Gerald Council.
And now for your Kennedy Eagles.
And here come the home team, Kennedy Eagles.
Number 20, Kyle Brown.
Number 20 and captain, Kyle Brown.
Number 21, Aaron Briscoe.
Aaron Briscoe, number 21, a guard, also in the starting lineup. Sincere Dozer, number 24, a forward. Jaquan Jones, another senior captain for Kennedy. And rounding out the starting lineup, Devon Zielinski, number 25. Same last name as me, but no, we are not related.
Now everyone please rise, remove your hat.
We'll take a moment as they are about to play the national anthem here at the gym. And after the national anthem, it's almost showtime. Teams are heading back to their bench, and we should get started any minute now. I haven't had the pleasure of watching the Kennedy Eagles play this season. I have done a game with Waterbury Career Academy where they all-out blitzed the Oxford Wolverines. They almost scored 100 points that game. They won 99-46, so Kennedy's going to have to avoid the full court press, the hounding defense of WCA, and they're going to need to stay in this game. Kennedy is no stranger to close games, however. They have a 1-point win over Watertown, 72-71, and a 1-point loss to Brookfield, 63-62. So they know how to navigate the close games. They've been in a couple this season. We'll see what kind of game shapes out here. The four-headed monster for WCA is something to marvel at, though, led by John Edwards, number 1, Zion Lott, number 2, Lawrence Lazaro, 3, and Jaden Stallworth, 24. Kennedy Eagles do win the tip and get us started here, but a bad pass kicks things off, unfortunately, and it'll be WCA ball. Sincere Dozer just couldn't handle that pass. I think he had his eyes on the rim before he secured the catch there. So John Edwards is going to run the show, crossing half court for WCA. Now he gets a pick from number 11, Council. Flips to Combs at the top of the key. Zion Lott. Swish for 3. I'll tell you what, Zion Lott was the star of the game when they played Oxford. He was 8 for 10 from three-point. It felt like he couldn't miss, and looking back on the stats, he almost didn't miss. 8 for 10 from 3 was extremely impressive, and he has the ball again in his hands. He also had a season high, and I'm going to guess career high, 32 points in that game. He was really the star for WCA. Foul early here on number 21, Aaron Briscoe. He hand-checked John Edwards there. That's going to be a tough task for any defender. John Edwards is an interesting player. He leads WCA in every statistical category, but he goes about it in a very mild manner. He did have the highlight play in the game against Oxford, a great breakaway dunk, but he gets his own and really facilitates his teammates. He gets everybody involved. Lawrence Lazaro there hits a 3, and I think John Edwards got poked in the eye. And there's the full court pressure defense I was mentioning. Edwards looks to be okay as he gets a hand on that and knocks it out of bounds. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter here. The 3 ball is something WCA really relishes in. They have a lot of guys that can knock that shot down. Here comes Kennedy looking for their first bucket of the game. Sincere Dozer handling the ball up top. And he draws a foul. That's going to be on number 12 there for WCA. Trayvon Hightower checked into the game early. And Kennedy will now inbound the ball in front of the WCA bench. Into 33, Jaquan Jones, a senior leader on this team, no doubt, as a captain. Finds the open man for 3, and it's good. Sincere Dozer knocks it down to get Kennedy on the board. It's 6-3 in the early going here. Hightower into the front court. Edwards did have to check out of that game, it looks like, after getting that knock in the eye, so we'll keep you posted on that. Number 3, Lawrence Lazaro with the ball in the wing here. Gets a pick and rises and shoots. Way short, misses everything. Council's there for the rebound and puts it in. 8-3 WCA. They are quite an active team here. This is going to be a tough test for Kennedy tonight. James in the backcourt throws a long pass up ahead to Dozier. He drives baseline, kicks it back to James, who misses but gets his own rebound, goes up strong, misses again. Another board. Stuffing the stat sheet in the early going is Jaquan James. A beautiful sequence there. Lots of offensive rebounds. He finally gets to go. He's got all 5 points for Kennedy, and we've got a good game early, 8-5 WCA. 5:50 left in the first quarter. Combs on the top of the key drives into the paint, kicks it out to Zion Lott. Long on that one. Offensive rebound put back right away. Is missed by 3, Lazaro, and Kennedy runs out into the front court. James all the way to the basket, but misses another shot in close, so he's getting there at will, but not making them all. Lazaro the long 2 off the mark. Council the rebound almost, but knocked away, and Dozier has it now. He finds a teammate. And Kennedy is matching the full court pressure with WCA with a little bit of speed of their own. And guess who? It's Jaquan Jones, who probably already has 6 rebounds in the early going here. We haven't even played 3 minutes. 6 rebounds and 5 points for the big fella. He's going to go to the line and try to knock down a couple. Kennedy Eagles 6-2 out of conference, so they are a great team. It's just something about the Naugatuck Valley where they can't get a win. They are ranked 20th in the state right now, according to MaxPreps.com. That solid 2-game winning streak definitely helping them. And a win against a talented team like WCA would be a huge confidence booster for these guys. It would get them to 500 on the season, their first conference win, and have them feeling good in front of the fans at home here. Jones makes 1 free throw of 2. The second gets knocked around and goes out of bounds under the basket. So So Kennedy will inbound. Sincere Dozer looks to get it into number 21. He shoots and fires. It's Aaron Briscoe on the board. And Kennedy gets out in front, 9-8 now. John Edwards has checked back into the game. That's good to see for WCA. He finds Zion Lott. Don't want to leave a hand down when he shoots, but the rebound is saved under WCA's basket all the way to Sincere Dozer, who takes it to the rack, and Zion Lott is going to foul him. John Edwards trying to say, Combs, why are you saving that under our basket, man? That's a cardinal sin in basketball, and it leads to a fast break opportunity. Let's see if Kennedy can convert at the line here. 9-8 home team, 4:50 left in the first quarter. Sincere Dozer at the line. First one is up and good. He'll have one more. Dozier, a 5'7" sophomore, so he's got a couple years here to leave his mark on the Kennedy Eagles program. Seeing some big minutes as a starter on varsity. He makes both free throws. It's 11-8 Kennedy. John Edwards will slowly dribble the ball up. He's never in a rush, it seems, on the court. Always under control here as he gets WCA offense initiated. Counsel to the corner to Zion Lott, dribbles behind the back. Nothing there, though. He finds Lawrence Lazaro, who swings it to John Edwards. Edwards on the wing, trying to break down his man one-on-one, spins into the lane, finds Coombs. Coombs kicks it to Lott. Lott's going to keep shooting all night long. Weak side rebound, John Edwards, and there we go. He is on the board, the team leader in rebounds with 8.3 a game and points, 15.4. John Edwards is on the board. Here comes the pressure. Edwards finds it at midcourt. Looks at the rim, but decides not to shoot. Gets double in the corner, and it's going to be Kennedy ball. The double team in the corner worked to perfection. Dozier and Kyle Brown combining for that great double team. Edwards had nowhere to go, and the ball was knocked out of bounds. WCA still gets to set up their pressure, though, and it works. Turnover. Here comes John Edwards. Oh, it tries to no-look to Zion Lott. Dozier with the active hands gets the steal over to Aaron Briscoe, who sings a pass. Oh, and we have high-octane action here tonight. Up and down the floor. Another great play defensively by Daryl Combs to see that pass and deny the opportunity for an easy layup for Kennedy. Gerald Counsell now at the top of the key for the Spartans. Over to Combs. He looks to drive. Kicks to Counsell in the corner. Pump fake drive. And Counsell gets the roll. He saw that he had the shorter Aaron Briscoe on him and took him all the way to the rack for the easy layup. Dozier fires for three, misses. There's Jones again for the rebound. He tries the baseline pass, and it's knocked out of bounds by Zion Lott. Up and down the court we go. This is entertaining early. WCA with a 12-11 lead, 3:23 left to go in the first quarter. Kicked out to Briscoe. He's a shooter. Long on that one, though. John Edwards gets the rebound. Oh, beautiful dribbling spin move. He's in the lane, avoids the charge, but he loses the dribble. Briscoe up ahead to Dozier, who finds Jones, and the layup is good. A little too careless there by Edwards. He broke down a bunch of defenders on the way to the basket, but lost it at the last second, and that enables Kennedy to get the transition layup. They're up 13-12. Counsell on the wing. Sees Lazaro. Thinks about the deep shot, but then crosses over, and they're going to tag Kyle Brown with the foul. 6-foot senior with the hand check. John Edwards gets a seat on the bench, as well as Gerald Counsell. Head coach Ronan O'Leary having a word with the star player. I think he wants to calm him down. So we're back to action. Number 12, Hightower. Over to Zion Lott. Lawrence Lazaro. Cyrus Smith, 21, has checked into the game for the Spartans. Zion Lott is looking for that shot early and often. Lazaro will take it this time. And from the top of the key, he nails it down. Up ahead now, Kyle Brown will try to answer with a three, and he swishes it home. I believe we have an error on the scoreboard. I believe it's 16-15 Kennedy Eagles, but we'll see if they make that change here. Zion Lott, top of the key. Over to Smith. Hightower dribbles, but nowhere to go. And yes, they have rectified So we're under 2 minutes here now, and it's 16-15. Lazaro's going to try again, short rim this time, but the rebound bounces out to him. He finds Hightower, thinks about a shot. Back to Lazaro. In and out, but he chases down the miss, unable to get it. Kyle Brown to the rack, and it's a good. Eagles able to extend their lead to 3, 18-15. Now we have a minute 30 remaining in the first quarter of what's been a very well-played game so far. Lots of hustle, some three-pointers, transition buckets for Kennedy. Cyrus Smith catches the pass, floater in the lane, and it rolls over the front of the rim and in. WCA staying right there as the visitors, and we've got a blocking foul. Keep an eye on Lawrence Lazaro tonight. He is a steady senior. Zion Lott, John Edwards get most of the attention for the Spartans, but Lazaro's that steadying presence, accurate shooter. He's over 40% from the field and from the three-point range, 43 and 41 respectively, 81 from the line. And to prove that point, against Oxford, he was 4 for 4 from deep, so efficiency might be Lawrence Lazaro's middle name. Looks like an offensive foul here on Kennedy is going to give the ball back to the Spartans with a minute 9 left to play in the first quarter. Rafael Prado has checked into the game for WCA, as well as number 14, Carmelo Majica. So Ronan O'Leary, head coach of the Spartans, not afraid to utilize his deep bench here in the early going. John Edwards, what a move! They called it a travel. I didn't see it, but the refs did. That's all that matters. They called a travel with 55 seconds left in the first quarter. Spartans remain in that full court press. Aaron Briscoe tries to break it down. He does. He gets all the way to the rack and scores. Kennedy back up 3, 20-17. We've got 40 seconds here in the first quarter. Prado will shoot it from deep. A little bit long. Rebound bounces around and corralled by number 5, Gavin Todd. He gets the ball to Sincere Dozier. Kennedy might be holding for the last shot here. We've got 20 seconds now in the first quarter. Instead, they take the 3, short, and John Edwards gets the board. Here he is into the front court now, gets the screen from Prado, kicks it to Hightower. Edwards will shoot the corner 3, comes up short. Great rebound by Hightower. He puts it back up just in the nick of time. And we've got a buzzer beater to close out the first quarter. It's going to be 20-19 Kennedy Eagles, but the Spartans are battling on the road early, and that bucket at the end of the quarter will give them a lot of momentum. Hightower just flew in. I was going to say come down with it, collect your feet, but the buzzer was about to go off. Hightower with the heady play there to tip it back in. So some game trends here in the first quarter. John Edwards looking to get on track still. He does have a bucket in the early going, but he has been sped up by the Kennedy Eagles. A couple untimely turnovers and a knock to the face. I think he got poked in the eye there at the start of the first quarter, so we'll monitor that. Sincere Dozier, the sophomore, has had a great start for Kennedy, as well as Jaquan Jones. He has pretty much gotten every rebound, it seems, especially on the offensive end. That's going to be an Achilles heel for WCA. They like to employ a smaller lineup, a lot of guards, a lot of pressure. So if Kennedy can continue to break that pressure, they will have the advantage on the boards. WCA is going to start with the ball in the second quarter. It'll be Cyrus Smith to trigger the inbound. Trayvon Hightower stays on the floor, along with Daryl Combs, Carmelo Majica, and John Edwards. Kennedy brings out their defense: Kyle Brown, Sincere Dozier, Aaron Briscoe, Jaquan Jones, and number 25, David Zielinski. We're underway. John Edwards, a great backdoor cut. Kennedy sniffs it out, though. He tries to force a pass to Cyrus Smith. It's going to go off the heel of a Kennedy Eagles player. So WCA will remain in possession of the basketball under their own hoop. Excuse me. Out top, Trayvon Hightower dribbles. Passes to Smith, corner 3, locks and loads, and it's good. Great inbounds play there from WCA. They edge back out in front, 22-20, early stage of second quarter, and that's going to be a backcourt violation, yes. Great pressure followed up by Smith after the made basket. Briscoe made the pass. I think it was back to Dozier, who had just not established himself in the front court yet, so that triggered the violation. Edwards to inbound to Hightower. And WCA is going to look to build on their lead that they have now here in the second quarter. John Edwards off the Hightower. Mahika in the lane, floater. Bounces around, no good. Tipped out of bounds by Kennedy. I think that's going to stay with the Spartans. Yes, it will. Zielinski saying he was pushed, but refs hearing none of that. Cyrus Smith to inbound. Edwards trying to dictate player movement here before the ball is even inbounded. And they're going to run the same play on the opposite side of the court. Different result this time. Cyrus Smith short on the three. They do get to set up their pressure, though, deep in the corner. Kennedy breaks it. Sincere Dozier checking his options. Off to Zielinski. Jones has it now. Running a little bit of a weave. Aaron Briscoe looks to shoot. Instead passes it down low, and it's tipped out of bounds by the Spartans. It'll stay Kennedy Eagles ball. 6:52 left in the second quarter. Only one bucket so far, and that's the corner three by Smith. Oh, beautiful inbounds play. Jones left all alone back door. He converts, and we're out tied 22-22. Coach O'Leary calling out the play. Edwards relays to his teammates, tries to drive, and draws a foul. I think we're going to get 33. Jones, yes. So he has been a huge factor for Kennedy. He's going to need to do his best to stay out of foul trouble. He has a clear advantage with his size down low. He's got a height advantage and a weight advantage down there. His big body has been a factor early for the Eagles. Cyrus Smith will inbounds. He's been the recipient of a couple inbounds passes, but it's going to be quick to Lazaro, who locks and loads in and out. Mahika, great rebound. He finds Lazaro cutting, and he's right there to put it in. Great heads-up play by Mahika, not to force that up. He surveyed his options very quickly and saw Lazaro wide open cutting baseline. More pressure from WCA. Jones has it on the wing. He finds Kyle Brown. Kyle Brown again with it up top. Looks to break down John Edwards. 5 seconds, great defense by John Edwards, so he was able to hound Kyle Brown for long enough, and the refs reward the great defensive play by Edwards. It's Spartans ball. Edwards calls out the play as he dribbles into the front court, headed over to the wing with Jones guarding him. Lazaro. Darryl Coombs. They wanted a walk, but Coombs with a quick first step, and he beats his man to the basket. 26-22 now in favor of Spartans. Cyrus Smith is going to get tagged with a foul here. A little too ambitious with the pressure defense. We have 5:43 remaining in the second quarter. And the Spartans are looking to match their biggest lead of the game. They were up 6 early to start out. They're looking to match that with a turnover and a bucket. Great inbounds play again, and Jaquan Jones is just a man on a mission tonight. Another layup for him. He has all 4 points for Kennedy in the second quarter, and it's 26-24. Edwards behind the back. Breaks his man down. Great pass, but it gets broken up. And Zielinski comes the other way for the Eagles. Glides to the rim, beautiful, and they're going to call a charge. I thought he was going to get the blocking call there. The refs see it a different way. And Zielinski gets the foul. Much to the dismay of head coach Ryan Sullivan. He does not like that call. He's got to be careful. He's in danger of getting a technical foul here in the early going. Coombs swings it to Mahika on the wing, who cuts, drives to the rack. Strong on the layup, though. Tipped around. Cyrus Smith. Up and in! And to make matters worse, WCA on the other end gets an and one after a brutal charge call against Zielinski. Sullivan still letting the ref have it. We move along here, though. Smith will head to the free throw line for his second three-point play of the quarter. Remember, he started us out with the corner three, and now he's looking for the old-fashioned three-point play with the tough layup and the free throw. Up and a little bit long. Good rebound there by Kennedy. Kyle Brown into the front court. Zips to the back. Bucket throws up the floater. Rebounded by Council. And he hands it off to Lazaro, who flings it up ahead to Combs. And he gets the layup to go. WCA has matched their largest lead. It's 30-24 with 4:45 remaining in the second quarter. And Ryan Sullivan wants a timeout. He's still talking to the ref. I'll tell you what, the ref is showing amazing restraint by not teeing him up. He's getting an earful from the head coach of the Kennedy Eagles. Kennedy's going to have to buckle down here, though, put that bad call behind them. They had a good thing going here. They were right in this game. They can't let a ref frustrate them, especially at home with the crowd behind them. It seems like they were all distracted, listening to their coach argue with the ref, but they will have the ball here and a chance to cut into the 6-point deficit. Number 41, Lennox Serrano, into the game for the first time for Kennedy. He sets a screen on Lawrence Lazaro. Aaron Briscoe looks for the three, but will now pass off to Zielinski. Sincere Dozier, pump fake, gets in. And they're going to get a whistle here. I believe that'll be a foul on 11, Gerald Council. He wants to talk to the ref and say, hey, what did I do, man? But we have an inbounds in front of the WCA bench. Sincere Dozier will pass it in. He finds Briscoe. Briscoe cuts to the basket. He'll put up a layup. Great move, but doesn't get it to go. And he had yet to establish himself. Briscoe with some great hustle, but it results in a turnover. He was flying back into the air as he caught that rebound. It didn't have his 2 feet established yet, so that's why the refs blew the whistle on that occasion. We are now nearing halfway through the second quarter. And WCA is looking to flex their muscle here and extend their lead. Combs drives all the way to the basket, and another and one opportunity, much to the dismay of the Kennedy Eagles. That foul is going to be on number 20, Kyle Brown, and it will send number 20, Daryl Combs, to the line. In and out, Edwards dives for the rebound, but Zielinski with the box out is able to corral it away. Double team here on Briscoe. Tapped ahead, Lazaro, and he glides for the layup. Oh, he gets a piece of the inbounds pass, but still gets in the hands of Zielinski. And what do we have here? We have a block. Rafael Prado looked set on that one, but Davon Zielinski gets the call there, and Kennedy really needed something to go their way, and they get it in the form of a blocking foul. They're now trailing by 10 points with 3:51 left in the second quarter. Kyle Brown will inbound. Or will we have a 1-and-1 opportunity for Zielinski. He will head to the line instead. Players got to be aware here, this is a 1-and-1, so if Zielinski does miss this free throw, it'll be a live ball. He gets it to go and gets himself another free throw. 34-25 WCA midway through the second quarter. Zielinski with the free throw routine. Second free throw is up and good. Another switch, so Zielinski looks like the capable free throw shooter here, and he cut the Spartans' lead to 8. John Edwards will now dribble into the front court. He gets a screen from Combs. Denies it. He'll look to take his man. He passes to Prado instead, off to Smith. Smith will drive. He finds Combs, top of the key for three. A little bit long. Offensive rebound, though, by Smith, but it's taken away by Dozier. Surveying his options, drives to the basket. Floater, no good. Lazaro, the rebound. And he looks to push right back for the Spartans. Finds Smith in the corner. Goes baseline. Hangs and elevates for the basket. Cyrus Smith is making his presence felt here in the second quarter. He has 7 points, and it's 36-26. Dozier all the way to the basket, no call. Prado, the loose ball rebound, flings it ahead to Edwards. He's going to have to save this. He does, but it's right to Aaron Briscoe. Briscoe now into the front court for the Kennedy Eagles. He finds Dozier under the hoop. Dozier can't convert. He gets his rebound, blocked by Combs, and Lazaro speeds the other way. Here we go, one-on-one. Lawrence Lazaro gets the and one to go. The visiting fans love it. As I mentioned in the first quarter, high-octane action, back and forth, up and down the court. Both teams coming up empty before Lawrence Lazaro can get the rebound and the layup and the foul to go, excuse me. And the buzzer goes off during his free throw, but no matter for Lawrence Lazaro. 81% at the free throw line on the season, so it's going to take a little bit more than a buzzer to throw him off his game. More full court pressure here from the Spartans as their lead has ballooned to 13 now. And we have a travel on number 52, Janarius Davis, who just checked into the game. We've got 2:40 to go until halftime, and Kennedy's going to have to do a great job here to stay in this game. It's teetering on getting out of hand. WCA has pulled ahead by 13 points now. John Edwards wants WCA to run some offense. Lazaro, Smith, they play catch, and it ends with a Lazaro three. Doesn't get it to go, but his man Rafael Prado is there for the offensive rebound, and he was held on the putback attempt, so he will head to the line. 2:20 now remaining in the second quarter. That's the 9th foul on Kennedy as well, so for the remainder of the half, WCA will be in the double bonus. The ref actually did call that foul on the floor, so this will still be a 1-and-1. Smart foul there by Kennedy to grab the jersey before Prado went up for the rebound attempt, and he's got one more. Prado's second attempt, short. Lazaro tips the rebound to himself, finds John Edwards in the corner, pump fake, baseline drive, hangs, can't get it to go. Combs and Edwards fight for the rebound, and they call a travel. That was the same team right there as Edwards and Combs both grabbed for the ball. Combs wasn't expecting anybody to challenge him for that rebound, and I think that's what resulted in the travel. So Kennedy's ball once again. The pressure has been irritating, to say the least, for Kennedy. And we have a foul here on Rafael Prado in the corner. Both coaches are growing disgruntled with the refs here as we head into halftime. 55 for Kennedy is Victor Velez, and he will be at the line for a 1-and-1. Some subs for WCA now. 45 checks into the game. Carlos Calle. And Velez gets the first one to go. A huge free throw there. Kennedy, 20 points in the first quarter, only 7 with 1:59 left in the second quarter, so they're stuck on 27 right now. But thanks to Velez, he makes 28. Big couple of free throws to get Kennedy back on track, and feeling like they're in this one here. 40-28, 1:50 to go in the second quarter. Edwards, beautiful floater in the lane. Does he get the bounce? No, he doesn't. Calais, the rebound. He doesn't get the bounce either. The ball bounces around and Briscoe controls for Kennedy. He darts into the front court. Blazing speed. Doesn't get the layup to go. Calais, the rebound. He finds Lazaro. And nobody's going to challenge him for the layup. Lazaro floats for 2 more. So Lawrence Lazaro show for WCA as their lead is back up to 14 now. Zielinski escaping the pressure. Oh, almost gets the layup to go, but he does get the blocking call on 20, Daryl Combs. Beautiful little cradle there by Zielinski as he gets around the defender with that layup opportunity, just couldn't get the roll. First free throw attempt. So Zielinski is 3 for 3 on the night from the free throw line. Let's see if he can make that a perfect 4 for 4 and cut the WCA lead to a dozen. He does. 42-30. 1:12 left in the second quarter. John Edwards again controlling things for WCA. He dribbles under the front court. He's got Lazaro on the wing. Passes it off to him at the top of the key. Combs in the corner. Skip pass to Edwards. Combs down to Kaye, looking to use his body. Carve out some space, can't get the roll. Lazaro's there for the rebound. Under the hoop though, no good. Lazaro again the rebound. Active tonight, he finds Edwards open up top. Edwards swings it back to Lazaro in the corner. Off the back of the rim, no good. Cyrus Smith is there. Beautiful putback layup by Cyrus Smith. 44-30, WCA. Zielinski will try the 3 and gets it to go. David Zielinski is keeping Kennedy in the game here in the second quarter. It's 44-33. The Spartans look to hold for the last shot though. We've got 15 seconds left. Remember, they ended the first quarter with a Trayvon Hightower putback layup at the buzzer. Let's see if they've got some more magic left in him. Smith at the top of the key, 8 seconds to go. Kaye on the wing, back to Smith, free throw line. He tries to drive, 2. Edwards puts it up and can't get it to go. Up and down, entertaining first half there though. We definitely need to catch our breath here. The Kennedy Eagles 33 and the visiting WCA Spartans 44. We'll have some second half action for you as the home team cheerleaders do their thing at halftime. For some second half action between Waterbury Career Academy Spartans and the home team Kennedy Eagles. We've got some first half stats for you. The score is 44-33. Pretty big discrepancy here between the first and second quarter. Kennedy outscoring WCA 20-19, but WCA really took it to him in that second quarter, outscoring Kennedy 25-13. The leaders for WCA tonight are Lawrence Lazaro and Cyrus Smith. 11 points for Smith, 15 for Lazaro. Daryl Coombs has chipped in with 6, and they're doing this all with star guard John Edwards having a little bit of a rough night. He only has 2 points. He's got knocked in the eye. He's had some turnovers, but great sign for Waterbury. They're really putting on a team effort tonight, picking up the slack for John Edwards, who's usually there every game for them. For Kennedy, keeping them in the game tonight is Jaquan Jones for sure. He's been a menace on the offensive glass, and he has 9 points. He's looking to get into double figures here early on in the third quarter. And David Zielinski, perfect from the free throw line, 4 for 4, and a great corner 3 late there in the second quarter to kind of keep Kennedy in this game. It looked like it could have gone either way. WCA looked like they could have gone in up 20 at the half or 10, and Zielinski played a big part in that, keeping them in the game. The margin is only 11. WCA is going to inbound the ball here. It's going to be Aaron Briscoe to Sincere Dozier. Jones, the quick screen. He cuts to the basket, and on cue, Jones tries to get it, but the layup doesn't fall. Tipped out to John Edwards, and off we go. WCA, they love that pace. Edwards spins, kicks it to Lazaro, who finds Combs on the wing. Combs looks to get into the lane, and we've got an early foul here. It's going to go against Zielinski with a little bit of a body check. Beautiful play there by Kennedy to start the half. You hate to see it, but everything but the finish on that one. Jones, beautiful pick, beautiful roll. Pass was on the money. Layup just came up a bit short. Quick inbound, Zion Lott, top of the key, 4-3, it's good. Don't leave Zion Lott open. He only had 1 3 in the first half, but he can burn Kennedy in a hurry here if their game plan is to continue to leave him open. 47-33 now. The refs call that a jump ball, and WCA is going to get possession right back. Jones claiming that he was grabbed, but refs don't see it that way. Lazaro into Edwards, now brings it into the front court. Finds Zion Lott in the corner. He wants to get going. That's a long 3 attempt, though. Aaron Briscoe, the air ball rebound. Off to Sincere Dozier, and he's got a full head of steam. Cuts to the painted area. Looks for the layup. Beautiful move in the air, but he can't get the finish to go. Jones, another rebound. And there it is. He missed his first layup attempt, but would not be denied. And he's going to go to the line for a 3-point play. 11 points now for the senior captain, Jones. Looking to make it 12 with this free throw. Doesn't get it to go, and Edwards skies the one-handed rebound. Splits the defenders. Into the paint, all the way. Let's see what the call is. Yep, out of bounds on Kennedy. Edwards wanted a foul. He's having a frustrating night for sure. But his team is up 12, so he's got to remember that and stay in the game here. I don't think he'll have a problem. He's left open in the corner. Let's see if they get to him quick. He wants the ball, but won't get it. Out to Combs, top of the key. Lazaro, he was hot in the first half, and he stays hot. Big 3 from Lawrence Lazaro, 18 points now. 50 for Waterbury Career Academy. It's 50-35, 6:40 left. And they think they come up with the steal, but it's called a push. Zion Lott and Lawrence Lazaro in on the play. And we'll have an inbounds here. The foul's on Lazaro. He can't believe it. Jones will inbound to Dozier. This pressure defense is definitely the game changer. Not a lot of teams can handle the speed and pressure that the Spartans put on you for 32 minutes. Zielinski to Briscoe, top of the key. Looks to survey his options, pushed farther and farther out by Zion Lott. Briscoe drives off to Jones, who will drive it in from the wing. The scoop layup's good. Jaquan Jones is the man on a mission tonight. 13 points, and it's 50-37 WCA. Edwards probes, dribbles, kicks it out to Lazaro, and he swishes it home. Number 2 for Lawrence Lazaro in the second half. He's crossed the 20-point threshold. He now has 21 for the Spartans. Jones in the painted area. He'll go for a layup again and get fouled. They're going to tag Gerald Council this time. Jones was unsuccessful on the first 3-point play attempt of the second half. Let's see if he can convert this one, because as it stands, the Spartans have no problem trading 3s for 2s. They've already hit a couple in the quarter, and the only offense for Kennedy has been layups. Jones short again on the free throw. What's the call here? Do we have a lane violation? I'm not sure. It will result in another free throw. I believe that was the call. WCA jumped into the lane a little quick on that free throw miss, so Jones will have another attempt. And he can't get the home roll on this one, but it's off Lazaro. Kennedy the chance here to tack on to their possession, already yielding 2 points from Jaquan Jones. Briscoe catches it off the inbound, flips it back into Dozier. Kennedy looks to reset their offense with 5:30 left in the third. Dozier on the wing, jab step three. And there we go, number 24, looking a lot like Kobe Bryant with the jab step three. Beautiful by Dozier on that one. It's 53-42. Zion Lott on the wing, a little push off there though. Yep, they were gonna call that offensive foul. You just can't do that. He definitely had that offhand extended into the chest of the Kennedy defender. The refs are gonna call that 10 times out of 10. He'll take a seat on the bench and Kennedy will inbound the ball. WCA again in their full court pressure, the 2-2-1. Been wreaking havoc all night. Lazaro tries to get into the passing lane, but Dozier sprints into the front court, banks the short jumper, no good. And Combs gets it off to Lawrence Lazaro, who speeds ahead. Cyrus Smith in the corner, he likes that shot. It's a little long. Prado the rebound, and he gets fouled on the way back up. Ref saying that the hands were not straight up at the time that Prado tried to convert on his layup. Again, tempo has been the story of the game, but that plays right into the hands of the WCA Spartans. They like that full court press, they like the steals, and they like those easy transition buckets or threes. So everything going according to plan for them at the moment. Kennedy is going to look to claw back into this game. It looks like Sincere Dozier and Jaquan Jones are the go-to guys for them tonight. Prado misses the first one and the second, and there's going to be a lane violation. Good heads-up play by Lazaro trying to sprint in for the rebound, but the refs caught him red-handed on that, trying to get the rebound, the lane violation there. So Kennedy back with the ball. Dozier up ahead to Briscoe, flips it to Kyle Brown. Kyle Brown, foul line jumper, gets the roll, front rim, backboard and in, and it's single-digit lead again for WCA. Kennedy getting to work here early in the second half. 53-44 with 4:30 remaining in the third quarter. John Edwards takes the screen all the way to the basket, and he can't get the rebound, can't get the layup to go. Fight for the rebound, and it's just been that kind of night for Edwards. Rolls off the rim. Dozier gets to the foul line. Dozier throws up the shot. Swish. And just like that, the lead has shrunk to 7. Ronan O'Leary's going to need a timeout to talk this one over with Waterbury Career Academy. So in the early going, 13 quick points for Kennedy, only 9 for the Spartans thus far in the third quarter. And this is a big moment in the game here. That was a great timeout by head coach Ronan O'Leary. He's either going to be able to rally the troops, get their composure back, and be able to increase this lead, or Kennedy's going to continue to feed off this momentum in the home court. We've got the cheerleaders over to my left, and they really want this home crowd to get in the game because Kennedy needs them. Spartans break the huddle. They will have possession with 4:14 left in the third quarter. And here comes Kennedy as well. On the floor for WCA is 20 Combs, number 1 Edwards, 21 Cyrus Smith, 13 Rafael Prado, number 3 Lawrence Lazaro. For Kennedy we've got 33 Jones, 24 Dozier, 20 Kyle Brown, number 21 Aaron Briscoe, and number 41 Lennox Serrano. Smith will lock and load for the corner 3. Rafael Prado the rebound, doesn't get it to go. They're playing catch on the backboard, and it's going to result in the ball going off WCA. Heads up play there by Aaron Briscoe. He was floating out of bounds, but he throws the rebound off of Rafael Prado so Kennedy can maintain possession. They break the press here. Kyle Brown on the wing. Off to Briscoe. Pump fakes the pass. Gets all the way to the rack. An impressive move by the smallest guy in the court, Aaron Briscoe, with the beautiful layup, 53-48. Edwards into the front court. Thought about the three, but will pass off to Lazaro, the hot hand, and he gets it to go. It's Lawrence Lazaro's world. We're just living in it tonight. Great game here. Oh, Edwards comes up with the steal and the quick layup. That might be the confidence boost that he needs. Finally seeing one go in for the first time since the first quarter for Edwards. And he gets a steal. Active hands. Spinning layup. Oh, can't get it to go. The rebound's loose. Who will get to it first? Smith tries to get it, but no, it's going to be Jones. Surprise, surprise. And here he comes behind the back, but he loses the handle. Cyrus Smith's got options. He finds his man Edwards, who will pull it out a little bit for the jumper. Off the glass, no good. Prado the rebound. And his hard work earns him a foul. He will go to the line. Gets a little boisterous there after the drawn foul. His teammates remind him that maintaining his composure is paramount at this point in the game, and Prado's going to go to the line. So big sequence there. Lazaro adds to his total with another three. He's up to 24 points. John Edwards gets a steal. He gets one to go through. He's up to 4 points on the night. Another steal by Edwards leads to a Rafael Prado layup that doesn't go, but he gets the foul call, and he's at the line shooting two. 58-48 after all that. In and out on the first free throw. Unlucky there for Prado. The big fella's got a good stroke. He made a couple in the first half. Let's see if he can convert on free throw number two. Front rim no good. It's still 58-48. Combs. Senseless foul there. The Kennedy Eagles had the rebound secured. Combs wanted the steal, got a little greedy, and gets called for the foul. So 58-48, 2:43 now in the third quarter. Kennedy inbounding the ball. WCA set up in their press. Sincere Dozier is like a lightning bolt with the ball in his hands. Great maneuver to break the press. He finds Jones, who can't get the layup to go. And we've got a double dribble call as Lawrence Lazaro tries to go behind the back. So the ball will stay with Kennedy. Don't blink, you might miss something here tonight. We've got a lot of speed. These ball handlers are not messing around. They get up and down in a flash. Aaron Briscoe for Kennedy, Dozier for Kennedy, John Edwards for the Spartans, all lightning quick with the ball in their hands. Kyle Brown wants a screen. He'll get it from number 52, but he'll end up losing the handle. Lazaro tries to track it down. Ball's up for grabs. Dozier tips it to Briscoe, who finds number 52, and he cuts for the easy layup. Janarius Davis is in the score sheet tonight, staying active, and it's 58-50 now in favor of the Spartans. We have 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Edwards with a little bit more confidence out there. He finds Lazaro, who gets fouled. Big mistake by Dozier there. He's going to complain that Lazaro kicked the leg out a little bit, but there looked to be some hip contact there as Lazaro let the three fly. So he'll have 3 shots at the line. A game high 24 points. And Lazaro knocks it down. So we've had a buzzer go off during a Lawrence Lazaro free throw, and we've had crowds now resorting to bird sounds to try to throw him off his rhythm. But Lawrence Lazaro is just money from the line. He gives the student section a quick look back and said, "That all you got?" 3 for 3, easy money for Lawrence Lazaro, 27 points. Spartans up 61-50. Sincere Dozier tries the quick pass into the paint, but it's picked off by Smith. He finds Lazaro, who sprints into the front court. John Edwards thought about it, and that split second decision cost him the possession there. He gets called for the travel. As he was caught between, do I pass it to a teammate? Do I drive to the hoop? Do I shoot the three? And it results in a travel. And Briscoe, the inbounds pass, looks for an option. He finds Kyle Brown, and Kyle Brown's going to travel. Took a little step there before putting the ball down. The refs do spot that, and it's Spartans' ball again. Combs inbounds to Edwards. Brings it into the front court, and Smith is going to set the screen. Edwards thinks about the shot, pulls it back out, finds Combs, top of the key. You don't got to tell Combs twice that he needs to shoot, so he lets it fly. That's one of his strengths. He has no hesitation in his game. The three comes up as a miss. Dozier misses a three on his end. Edwards floats for the pass, finds Smith, pump fake. Aaron Briscoe ends up picking his pocket. And with a minute 10 left, Kennedy's going to get the ball back, down 11, 61-50. Big moments here ending the third quarter. Kennedy has fought hard, but as it stands right now, the halftime deficit and the deficit with a minute to go in the third quarter is exactly the same. Rafael Prado wants a jump ball, but instead he gets whistled for the foul on Jaquan Jones. Sincere Dozier is going to inbound the ball for the Eagles. A minute on the dot left in the third quarter. Into Briscoe, back to Dozier. Dozier finds that free throw line. He drives to the hoop, off the backboard, around the rim, and gets it to go. 61-52. WCA looking for a foul. They won't get it. The inbounds there, the ref say it was tapped out by Jones. It looked off Edwards. Edwards wants a foul. Good luck sorting out that situation, but it results in the Spartans maintaining possession. Edwards now on the wing. Spin move. Finds Prado, but the pass gets tipped away. Edwards on the floor for it. Kennedy comes out with it. Jones all the way to the rack. And one. Beautiful move by Jones. Strong move, I should say, as he fights through the contact. Earns himself a trip at the line. 61-54 with 25.7 left now. Some subs here for WCA. Zion Lott is going to check back into the game. His three-pointer started things off here in the second half for WCA. Let's see if he can close out with a three as well. Jones continues his dominating performance, and it's 61-55. The game hasn't been this close since midway through the second quarter. So Kennedy utilizing momentum. They're right back in this. Zion Lott nowhere to go. Finds Smith, top of the key. Throws an errant pass to Edwards, who tries to save it, and it is in the hands of Briscoe. He's all the way to the rack. He gets pushed from behind. He can't convert the layup. Had it wide open, but the foul there by Smith is just enough to throw Briscoe off. Lost concentration for a second and missed the layup. We have 3 seconds left in the third quarter. Kennedy at the line with 2 free throws. Ryan Sullivan in another exchange with the refs here. John Edwards gave Jaquan Jones a little bit of a push. Jones was smothering him defensively, it looked like, when there was just no need to do that. Near half court with a player on his own team having 2 free throws. Edwards said, "Hey man, get off of me." The friendly shove, not worth a technical in the eyes of the ref. After all that chaos, Briscoe swishes the first free throw. And don't look now, but we've got a 5-point game. Back rim again by Briscoe. Edwards gets the rebound. He's going to have to heave it from half. He gets it up in time. Off the backboard, but no good. So 61-56 heading into the fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. This game was on the edge of getting out of hand, but a great third quarter there by your home team, Kennedy Eagles, in the form of 23 points. They outscore the Spartans 23-17. And we've got a ball game. Jaquan Jones had his fingerprints all over the third quarter for Kennedy. Rebounds, points, pestering the other team's best player. And for WCA, they just couldn't convert on some crucial attempts there. They were getting the turnovers they want. They were missing some layups. Lawrence Lazaro stopped hitting from three. I think he had 3 free throws. That was the last contribution for the Spartans on offense in the third quarter. So this is really anybody's ball game. I'd say Kennedy has momentum. The Spartans have the lead. Kennedy at home in front of their fans. I think the first couple minutes here in the fourth quarter are going to go a long way to deciding this game. So we've got Lazaro for the Spartans and Jones for Kennedy. Who is going to step up and be the second scoring option for their team here in the fourth quarter? Because you better believe that the defenses are going to be keyed in on Jones and Lazaro. I think John Edwards is going to step up and have to make his presence known. WCA's best player has been held to 4 points. He's still having a great game defensively and rebounding, so Edwards has still contributed, although the box score won't show it in terms of points. Jaquan Jones starts off the fourth quarter with an easy fast break layup, and you can tell his defensive pressure is bothering Edwards a little bit. He's using his strength. Edwards has the quickness advantage, but Jones has a little muscle on him. He's using it to his advantage. So let's see what WCA goes to for offense. It's in the hands of Lazaro now. He wants 30-piece tonight, that's for sure. 27 heading into the fourth quarter. Great defense here by Kennedy. Prado's going to set a screen for Edwards. Nowhere to go. He finds Smith, top of the key. Smith pump fake drives. Edwards 3. And he needed that one to go. That was big for Edwards and the Spartans. 64-58, 6:54 left in the fourth. Aaron Briscoe gets the inbounds. Try to break the pressure of the Spartans. They do. It's off to Dozier. Dozier sped up. He'll pull up for that foul. I know he finds Jones under the hoop. And Jones gets to go. 64-60. 6:35 now left in the fourth quarter. Edwards composed. Behind the back, they leave him open for 3. And it's back-to-back for John Edwards. He's going to let his game do the talking. Let's see if Edwards can continue to step up. It's right back to Jones. The pass is picked off by Zion Lott. He finds Edwards. Scramble for the loose ball. Edwards glides. Finger roll layup is good. 8 quick points for John Edwards. So just as it looked like Kennedy was going to have an advantage, it's back in the hands of the Spartans. Ryan Sullivan looked like the 6th player on the court there. He sprints to half court, gets the timeout to try to stop that momentum. That is just what the doctor ordered for the Spartans. John Edwards, quiet for 3 quarters, explodes here in the fourth. Only took him 2 minutes to get 8 points. Kennedy gave him 2 3-pointers, no defense. They said, hey, Edwards, if you want to take that jumper that you've been missing all night, go right ahead. But it's come back to bite him here early stage in the fourth. Kennedy's going to need to re-seize that momentum that they just had. The game was 64-60 only a minute ago before 2 big shots by Edwards. Kyle Brown, Aaron Briscoe, Sincere Dozier, Davon Zielinski, and Jaquan Jones are the 5 for Kennedy as they try to mount this comeback. Lawrence Lazaro, Zion Lott, John Edwards, Cyrus Smith, and Rafael Prado will try to hang on to the lead here for WCA. Big 3 for senior captain Kyle Brown, 69-63. Jaquan wants to play that full court man-to-man. He's letting John Edwards feel him in the fourth here. Zion Lott off a screen. Sincere Dozier in a great defensive position right now. Prado the screen. Zion Lott's got a little bit of daylight, pulls up on the baseline and knocks it down. He wants a foul as well. That was a big bucket by Zion Lott. Here comes Kennedy right back, Dozier. And they're gonna say he traveled. Once again, we saw that in the third quarter, taking that step before you put the ball down. That's burned Kennedy tonight. (71-63) now. WCA, 5:21 left in the fourth. This has nail biter written all over it. Again, Edwards will look for the screen. He takes Prados this time. Passes it to Smith. Almost a steal, but he wrestles it away. The cutting Lazaro is there for the layup. Beautiful play by WCA. Beautiful ball movement. 73-63 now. 5:04 left and we get a foul call. Sincere Dozier is able to draw it, and he'll go to the line for a 1-and-1. That looks like the go-to play call here late in the game for WCA, though. They have a double screen up top. John Edwards can pick which way he wants to go. It results in a backdoor cut for Lawrence Lazaro and an easy basket. Dozier's going to make the first free throw here, and they're going to need to talk to the players again. This is chippy. This is exactly what you want from a conference basketball game. Both teams from Waterbury. You know this is a big game. They had this circled in the beginning of the season, and it's living up to the hype right now. Dozier gets the second free throw to go. 73-65, and here we go again. The refs break up Jones and Prado, who are just arguing on the free throw line. Jones is not afraid to get up in your business. He is a force to be reckoned with on the floor, defensively and offensively. Lazaro's going to shoot the three. Heat check. Oh, man, Lawrence Lazaro, his feet weren't set. He shot from the hip. It doesn't matter. He gets the deep three to go. Lawrence Lazaro has crossed over the 30-point threshold, and he is willing Waterbury Career Academy to a victory here. 76-65 now with 4:41. That foul, though, will put Kennedy in the double bonus, so they'll shoot 2 free throws from here on out tonight. Did we just get a technical foul? I think we did. Jaquan Jones, I believe that's who they called it on. So Lawrence Lazaro is going to shoot the technical free throw. He's pretty much made everything tonight, so smart move here by head coach Ronan O'Leary. And in and out for Lazaro. He's going to have one more. In and out again, same exact result. So some points left at the free throw line for the Spartans. Lazaro punched over. Very disappointed in himself on that one. You can tell he wanted to make those free throws. So we're back where we started about a minute ago. Kyle Brown is at the free throw line, ready to shoot 2 free throws for the Kennedy Eagles. 76-65, 4:41 to go in the fourth quarter. Sullivan continues to let the refs have a piece of his mind. And I tell you what, having nobody on the free throw line has looked to affect these free throw shooters. Nobody to bother them. but it kind of throws off the player's visual on that one. Only 1 of 4 on those free throws. 0 for 2 for Lazaro, 1 for 2 for Brown. After a deep breath, it's 76-66, 4:38 in the fourth quarter. Trayvon Hightower with the ball for WCA. He finds Edwards. Edwards will pull up deep 2, back rim, and it's going to go off Zielinski. WCA will remain in possession of the ball. Lazaro to inbound. He sees Edwards in the corner. He finds Hightower, and WCA looks to set up some offense. Beautiful inbounds play. Lazaro wide open for 3. Why not? Just an unreal performance from this man tonight. Fight for the loose ball. Aaron Briscoe is one tough kid, I'll tell you what. And that's going to be a jump ball. Kennedy is going to remain in possession after that jump ball. 4:08 left in the fourth quarter. Kyle Brown pops, doesn't get it to go. Great play by Dozier to poke away the rebound, but it ends up going out of bounds. You love the hustle. But it's going to be WCA ball. Lazar into Edwards. He finds Trayvon Hightower, and they're going to go with the strategy of having John Edwards off the ball late in the quarter here. Got a little less eyes off of him instead of being the primary ball handler. He finds Prado, pump fakes the 3. Hightower back again up top, and it looks like WCA is content with burning some clock here. They have a 13-point lead, and we're more than halfway through the fourth quarter, so they want to get out of here with a win. But after all that dribbling, Lazaro with an offensive foul, he extends that off arm. As I mentioned, that's a telltale sign for the referee to blow the whistle when they see the offensive player trying to gain that advantage with the forearm shiver. So as it stands, 79-66 still. 3:37 left in the fourth quarter now. Kennedy's going to have to act fast, look for this pace to really pick up in the final 3.5 minutes here. No shot clock in high school basketball, so WCA can really milk this clock. Kennedy's going to have to up the tempo big time. Jaquan Jones, spin move, gets to the rack. Oh, he needed that one to go off the front rim. He will earn himself 2 free throws here. But he knows that was an opportunity he let slip away. First attempt from Jones is good. He'll be looking to make the second and cut the Spartans' lead to 11. Back rim, no good. Zion Lott rebound, dribbles behind the back, and I think they're going to call a travel there. Yep, he skidded across the gymnasium floor, and that is a travel. So Kennedy gets what they want. They do get a free throw. They up the pace, and it leads to a Spartans turnover. Spartans would have much rather had 30, 40 seconds run off this clock, but here comes Kennedy. Sincere Dozier zips the pass in, but Zion Lott is able to steal it away from Zielinski. Up ahead to Edwards, spin move, in the lane, off the glass, no good. Rebound to Edwards, and he gets fouled. Kyle Brown with his hand in the cookie jar as Edwards was trying to convert the layup. Lazaro, a senior on this team, tries to usher Edwards away from the commotion. And they're going to say that was during the putback attempt. So Edwards, I believe, is going to get 2 shots. Yes, that's the case here. Edwards off on the first free throw, but he has had a big fourth quarter. 8 points after scoring 4 for the first 3. He's up his total to 12 points on the night. Make that 13. one basket away from his season average of 15.4. WCA with pressure, but Kyle Brown breaks it. He tries to get to the basket, and he's fouled, so he'll go to the line. Ronan O'Leary reminding his players that they are in the double bonus, so a foul is one of the worst things you can do at this point. Stops the clock, lets Kennedy set up in full court pressure after free throws. So let's see if Kyle Brown can convert. He was 1 for 2 just a moment ago, and he misses the first one here. But the double bonus allows him to shoot again. They need every point they can get, and it's going to go in and out. And it's knocked out of bounds. Edwards had the rebound in his possession. 25, Zielinski knocks it out. So Spartans' ball is now 80-67 as Kennedy comes up empty at the line. 3:04 left in the fourth quarter. Sullivan again displeased with the refs. So here we go. And the ball will now finally be inbounded. After that, Combs to Edwards. And he's in no rush to get this ball up the court. As I said, no shot clock, so the Spartans want to take this down as far as they can before Kennedy pressures them into making a decision. Jones looks to pester Kyle Brown, now takes the assignment of guarding Edwards, who cuts into the lane, finds Trayvon Hightower, who will shoot the wing three. Off the rim, no good. Combs the rebound. Lazaro the rebound. The ball's still loose. It's going to go to Edwards, who backs up into the corner. And head coach Ronan O'Leary will call a timeout. He sensed that his team really needed that deep breath there. That was a big battle for the rebound. The Spartans able to come away with it after Lazaro kept it alive with a couple tips. And Edwards, who averages 8.3 rebounds, finally secures it. I'm wondering if Kennedy is going to need to start fouling here, because down 13 with 2.5 minutes left is not an easy hill to climb. And if you thought Lawrence Lazaro was impressive in the first half with 15 points, he scored 20 in the second half. He has 35 of the Spartans' 80 points. Brilliant performance from the senior. This will be a game that he remembers and looks back on fondly during his high school career. WCA to inbound. It'll be to Hightower. He's going to find Edwards, but it's poked away. And that's a great play by the Eagles. Hightower couldn't get in bounds quick enough to secure that loose ball, so Kennedy right back in possession, down 80-67. Briscoe back to Brown. They got to crack just full court pressure first. Lazaro almost gets the steal. Briscoe to Brown. To Zielinski in the lane, and he gets it off the backboard. 80-69. Timeout, Kennedy. .217 remaining now. And that is the exact formula that Kennedy's going to need to employ for the rest of the game. Spartans turnover on one end, Eagles basket on the other. 80-69, 2:17 left in the fourth. Both coaches going over some last-minute instructions. They need to make sure the players hear every word they say down the stretch. This is where games are won and lost for sure. Miscommunications, lack of concentration can all come back to bite high school teams in the waning moments of a game. So both teams will need to be on point for the final 2 minutes and change. Both teams break the huddle now, and it will be WCA ball underneath the basket, and Kennedy is going to go to full court, man-to-man. Yep, so no real press zone here, but they're going to try to employ the pressure, keep a man on the ball at all times. Inbounded to Lazaro, back to Combs. Combs rushes up the floor. Cyrus Smith in the corner, and here we go. Here comes the milking of the clock. Edwards fakes, finds Lott in the corner. Lott's going to shoot it. Back rim, no good. Jones adds to his rebound total, up to Zielinski. Scored the last basket. He drives all the way, and they call it travel. He took one extra step there on his way to the rim. And we now have 1:55 left in the game, 80-69, Waterbury Career Academy. Lazaro collects the inbounds. Back to Edwards. He's going to get it over half court just in time. Sincere Dozier watching him like a hawk or an eagle if you prefer. Edwards looks to break him down, and what do we have as a foul call here? I'm not quite sure, but it could have been a 5-second call. It could have been an offensive push-off. Either way, Kennedy's ball. 1:35 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Dozier's going to race to the rack. Doesn't get it to go, but he'll go to the line. 1:32 now. Spartans maintaining that double-digit lead. Dozier's going to want to cut into that. Cyrus Smith heads to the bench. I believe he might have just fouled out of the basketball game. Gerald Council will check in for him. Two shots for Dozier. Players jump a little bit early. They go for the rebound, but Dozier will have one more. Remember, the layup just rolled out, so this is not an and one. This is a two-shot foul. Dozier looks to convert. Gets that one to go. It's 80-70. We have another sub for Kennedy. Number 5, Gavin Todd, checks into the game. Fresh body as defensive pressure is key right now at this point in the game. Edwards drives to the basket, dishes it off to Council on the wing. Council will hold. He finds Daryl Combs, off to Zion Lott. We've got 1:15 remaining in a 10-point ball game, 80-70 WCA. Gavin Todd pestering Zion Lott, who's going to try to drive, and we get a timeout call here. Ronan O'Leary didn't like the offensive movement during that possession, so he's not going to take a timeout back with him on the short bus ride to Waterbury Career Academy. He's going to use him while he's got him. This will definitely be an inbounds play. Try to get the ball in the hands of their best free throw shooter. I think it's going to be Lawrence Lazaro, as Kennedy's going to have to think about fouling here, down 10 with 1:09. Sounds, and we'll get back to action of what's been an extremely entertaining basketball game. It hasn't been close all night. Some points in the game have gotten very contentious. Some have gotten very nerve-wracking as Kennedy has looked to charge from a double-digit deficit at halftime. But they've come up just short and now down 10 with 1:09. I think the last time the game was close was 64-60. Early stage of the fourth quarter, but senior John Edwards came up with big buckets when his team needed it most. And he's going to look to close this one out. Ball in his hand, poked away by Dozier, and now it's up ahead to Dozier. Is he going to make the easy layup? He will, 80-72. And a quick timeout for Kennedy. 55 seconds left now. So as I said, that go-to formula Works like a charm again. Kennedy a turnover. Kennedy forces a turnover, and it leads to an easy basket. They haven't needed a foul, but I think they must now after their initial pressure because, yeah, okay, I can justify being down 12, 13. No need to foul. The game's a little bit out of hand. You want to see some fight from your team. Well, that's exactly what head coach Ryan Sullivan is seeing. Kennedy has fought and clawed their way back and cut this lead to 8. So some missed free throws here. In the waning moments, the pressure is at its highest right now for WCA. So if they can force some free throw misses and get more quick baskets, there's a lot of time left in this game. 55 seconds is an eternity in a basketball game. WCA is going to need to make sure they inbound this to the right guy. According to our stat sheet, I think it's got to be Lawrence Lazar. I know John Edwards controls things for WCA on a possession-by-possession basis, but he is shooting the free throw at 60% this season. Lawrence Lazaro is above 80, and he's already knocked down a bunch tonight. He's trying to fight off Kyle Brown to get free. It's going to be Edwards. Sincere Dozier. Pressure defense. Edwards is going to have to get rid of it to try to beat the timer. And they call a foul. I thought that was great defense by Dozier. Head coach Ryan Sullivan shaking his head in disbelief. Edwards at the free throw line. I think this is going to be a 1-and-1. So he's going to have to make the first one or it comes back to anybody's ball game. But John has a chance here to ice the game at the line. It is a 1-and-1. Players ready to trounce the lane on a miss here by Edwards. He gets it to go. That looks like a senior to me out there. 14 points now for Edwards. I mentioned his season total at 15, so not the route he wanted to take to get there, only scoring 4 in the first 3 quarters, but Edwards has now scored double digits in the 4th. And not a moment too soon. He gets the second one to rattle home, so it's back to a 10-point lead, 82-72, 45 seconds. Zielinski to Kyle Brown. Off to Dozier. He gets all the way to the rack. Fights off defenders. Great layup there under pressure, 82-74, and we have another timeout by Sullivan. So similar scenario, just 18 seconds kicked off the clock between Edwards' free throws and that Dozier layup. And the plan has to be at this moment, initial pressure defense, you need to try to get that steal so WCA doesn't have an opportunity to score points at the line, but they are still in a 1-and-1, so extend the game is the name of the game for the Kennedy Eagles. And as we break the huddle, we'll call out the lineups for this pivotal moment in the game. For Kennedy, it's going to be Jaquan Jones, Davon Zielinski, Kyle Brown, Sincere Dozier, and Aaron Briscoe. For WCA, the 1-2-3 punch of John Edwards, number 1, Zion Lott, number 2, and Lawrence Lazaro, 3, Gerald Council, and Daryl Combs. So it looks like starters for both teams here. Inbounds to Edwards in the corner. He's pressured. He finds Lazaro. That was a sketchy pass, but one that's completed. This one, though, is picked off by Jones. And John Edwards called for the block, and he gets sent flying. Just skids all the way to the back wall of the gymnasium as Jones would not be denied on his way to the basket. And I tell you what, he's had his team on his back the entire night, has Jaquan Jones. So he needs to step up here once again with 27.9 remaining and the opportunity to cut this game to a 6-point difference. Good on the first. Tense moments here at the Kennedy Gymnasium. Jones in and out on the second. Rebound bounces around. Zion Lott is able to control it. This is big here in the corner. Pressure. And Lawrence Lazaro is able to get on it. And Jones, that kind of looked like a football play a little bit, but this is desperation mode. He did need to foul. No ill intent. He just needed to make sure the refs knew what he was trying to do. Lawrence Lazaro takes the walk to the free throw line. He's done just about everything right tonight. There are some gold in the jerseys of the WCA Spartans, and Lazaro has had the Midas touch. No free throws bigger than the two he's got coming up right now. Actually one, it's a 1-and-1 scenario, so Lazaro's got to make the first if he wants to see a second. 82-75, 22.4 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter of a great battle in the Naugatuck Valley Conference. Lazaro gets it to go. Ice in the veins, that's a popular term these days, but Lawrence Lazaro is on full display here, and he gets a second to go. Just what you want from a senior, to step up. Like the score was 0-0, he knocks it down. All the way to the rim goes Dozier, but no good. Briscoe, jump shot in the lane, no good as well. In and out. Gerald Council gets the rebound, and he's fouled. And that will just about do it, folks. 84-75 Spartans, 8.6 on the clock, and Council heading to the free throw line. Valiant effort by Kennedy. They started the game out on fire. They had the lead at the end of the first quarter, but since Trayvon Hightower hit that buzzer-beating layup, Waterbury Career Academy has seized momentum. Got a little dodgy early in the fourth, but as I mentioned, the steadying presence of John Edwards and the free throws of Lawrence Lazaro were all the Spartans needed. Dozier misses on a final three. Council wrestles away the rebound, and that's going to be your final score, 84-75. So the Kennedy Eagles drop to 6-8, 0-6 in conference. They'll need to bounce back after their two-game win streak is snapped. The Waterbury Career Academy has started a win streak of their own. That's their second in a row. They improved to 7-5 and are now 500 in conference play at 4-4. I'll tell you what, we can't talk about this game if you're not going to mention Lawrence Lazaro. He crept up towards 40 points. I think he finished in the high 30s with 37. A great display of shooting for him. Nailed threes, hit clutch free throws, but John Edwards, the senior leader and star player of the team, stepped up when they needed it most. A big double-digit scoring performance in the fourth quarter propels WCA Spartans to an 84-75 win. Once again, I'm Nate Zielinski. Has been brought to you by DET Sports. We hope you join us next time. This game was quite an exciting one again from Kennedy Gymnasium. The Spartans win 84-75.